name is Jim, and we're going to be talking about this impact driver today on
Kilimanjaro.
So this is the Milwaukee M12 2551 impact driver. This is a hydraulic impact driver, which we'll talk about in a little bit. I bought the -22 version, so that means that it comes with 2 batteries. If it's the -20, it's just the bare tool, and if it's the -21, it just comes with 1 battery. So this kit happens to come with these fairly small 2.0 12-volt batteries. There are smaller batteries, and then there's, of course, a lot bigger batteries that will all work just fine with this M12 tool. So as part of the -22 kit, you, of course, get the impact driver. You get this nice case here. Got enough room in it for the impact driver, the charger, and then the 2 batteries. Not sure why you really need the charger in here as well, but it's handy that it has some extra space if you want to put some extra things in there. It's a fairly nice soft bag. I like the soft bags a little better than the hard bag. And of course you get a couple manuals that don't really say a whole lot in them. So on the impact driver itself, not really much to it. It's pretty standard. You've got your forward and reverse switch down here. You've got a little LED at the bottom here. Now LED is nice that it stays on for a couple seconds after you pull the trigger. So if you're trying to see what you're doing, you can pull the trigger a little bit, light up what you're doing, put your bit in place, and then do what you need to do. It doesn't just turn on and off with the trigger, so that's nice. It's got a belt loop over here. This can be taken on and off, and also can be switched to the other side depending on if you're left or right-handed. So that's handy. It's a nice sturdy loop. I like this style here. It kind of swoops back in. It's less likely to get caught on things, but of course it still does happen. So I tend to take these off, but it's nice that it comes with it. Other than that, the only thing of note is that the chuck here is one of the newer style chucks that you can just slide the bit right in. You don't have to pull it out and put it in. So it's nice you can put it in with just one hand. Of course, you still need 2 hands to take it out. So that's about all there is on the driver. The only last thing is the indicator speed up here. So it's got 3 speeds, and then it has a sheet metal driving mode. So I'll talk about that in a little while. But basically, you got the 3 normal speeds. Usually always just leave it in 3 because you can just adjust the speed with the trigger. And then you've got your sheet metal mode if you're driving a lot of sheet metal screws. I tend to really like the M12 line from Milwaukee. It's their 12-volt line. They're nice and compact. They're small. They're easy to use. They're not that heavy, and they can get into tighter spaces than most of the bigger the 18-volt tools. They come with a variety of battery sizes. So these are the kind of smaller sizes. The 1 amp, the 1.5, and the 2 are all that kind of smaller size. Then they have a bigger size here that has extra batteries down at the bottom here. This is the 6. And there's also a 4. There might be another couple sizes in there. So that makes it a little bit bigger. These also give it a little bit more power. And they make it so it can stand up a little bit easier too. So that can be handy, but it does make it quite substantially heavier and a little bit bulkier as well. On the size front, this is fairly small, but it's not the smallest impact driver I've seen. So this is a Bosch 12-volt. You can see they're pretty comparable in length here, which is probably the most critical. It is a little bit smaller in diameter, the Milwaukee, and part of this is a brush driver as well. Compared to this older Milwaukee M12, it's quite a bit shorter this way, but the diameter is about the same on both of these here. Now, this is not the shortest impact driver that I've ever seen. It would be nice because it's a 12-volt. You could make it really nice and short, but I think the surge mechanism here, the hydraulic impact, takes up quite a bit of space. So DeWalt makes this is an 18-volt one, and you can see it's quite a bit shorter still than even this 12-volt one. So it would be nice if this was quite a bit shorter here. It's still fairly small, fairly lightweight. If you're going to be working over your head all the time, particularly with the smaller batteries, it's going to be pretty easy to use. It is still fairly heavy though. It weighs about the same as the other impact drivers. It's not noticeably lighter. I was hoping with the hydraulic impact instead of the mechanical impact that might make it a little bit lighter, but it doesn't seem to be the case. When impact drivers came out a decade or 2 ago, they were really revolutionary. They make driving screws so much easier. They drive them quickly without camming out. They're really great. They do have one major drawback though, and that's how noisy they are. So this is a typical rigid 18-volt impact. It's a fairly old one. See, it's quite noisy, and you're going to be doing that all day, particularly if you're in a confined area. It's probably not great for your hearing, and otherwise it's just irritating. So that's what this surge is trying to solve. So it's trying to put out the same amount of power, but be a lot quieter. So each impact does have a slightly different noise. This one is kind of on the noisier end. This DeWalt here is a little quieter. Still fairly noisy. This is an older M12. This one's not as bad. And then this Bosch here is even a little bit quieter still. So they're all noisy. I'm not sure how well that noise really comes across on the camera here, but they're all noisy. They're all irritating to use. So now let's listen to the surge here and see if how this one sounds. So it's a lot quieter. It's something that you can use all day without irritating yourself, without hurting your hearing, and without irritating your neighbors. So it's really the main benefit to this. But the question is, does it still drive screws as well? So let's see how much torque you can put out. Well, obviously you want it to put out all the torque. But hold on a sec there, Mr. Tim Taylor. Maybe you don't actually need this to be able to pull the lug nuts off your pickup truck. It's a fairly small tool, and if you want something that puts out that amount of torque, it's going to be bigger, heavier, and more expensive. So if you want something just for driving screws, then maybe you don't need all that much torque. But how much do you actually need? Well, I'm not going to actually go and measure the amount of torque this puts out. For one thing, that number, that amount of inch-pounds is going to be kind of a useless number. It doesn't really mean anything to anybody. And for another, there's a whole lot of funny business on how that gets measured on an impact driver like this, because it's a dynamic event. It's not just a simple pounds times distance sort of measurement. It becomes quite complicated. So instead, I want to show you that this does have plenty of torque for what you're going to be doing. So I've got here a 1/4-20 bolt just through a piece of steel here. There's a couple nuts on the end. And these are not high quality bolts. They're just Hillman made in China from Lowe's or Home Depot bolts. But let's see what happens when I try to tighten this. So it broke that bolt right in half. So that's a 1/4-inch diameter bolt. Now the thread's a little bit smaller than that, but a number 10 screw is 0.14 in diameter. So it's quite a bit larger in diameter than that, and it broke it right in half without any difficulty. Now, as I said, these aren't like grade 8 bolts or anything, but still, that should be more than enough torque for driving, long lag screws or sheet metal screws. It's going to be plenty for most things that you want this to do, and it may even be too much for some things where you might end up breaking those bolts. Of course, just because it can put out enough torque doesn't mean it puts out that torque fast enough to drive screws in a quick manner here. So let's compare it to some of these other impact drivers. So first, we'll run this one. So these are 3-inch number 10 screws. This is a nice piece of 4x4 pressure treated wood just to give it some resistance. Let's see how long it takes to drive this. So not the fastest thing in the world, but it is only a 12-volt tool. Let's compare it to this older Milwaukee 12-volt. Now this is an older one, like I said, and it's also a brush motor. This is brushless. So let's see if this does it any better. So this was definitely longer, but in the same kind of ballpark of it. Now let's try it on another 12-volt. This is the Bosch 12-volt. That's about the same amount of time. Fairly, not overly surprising, similar types of tools. So now let's try it on this older rigid 18-volt tool. That was about the same amount of time as the Milwaukee Surge one. I'll put the actual times on the screen though. So, and then to give it a real comparison, so this is a almost brand new, it's a couple months old, DeWalt. It's probably their top of the line. It's super small, super convenient, and it is 18 volt, 20 volt they call it, but basically 18 volts. So let's see how that does. So, not surprisingly, that is quite a bit faster. Not really a fair comparison, though. Finally, let's talk about that sheet metal mode here. So it's real easy to switch. You just push this little button here, and you can cycle through the different speeds and the mode. Switch it over to the sheet metal screw mode. And it's supposed to help you not strip out the screws, not by overdriving them. So it's supposed to go at full speed and then kind of slow down once it senses some torque on it so that you don't accidentally strip it. So just got some 1/2-inch number 8 self-tapping screws here. Just a little piece of scrap sheet metal. So I don't know. I didn't really notice too much of a difference there. If it was it's meant to work between a number 8 and a number 12 screw in fairly thick material. This is a fairly thin piece. So maybe on a thicker piece it might do a little bit more, but I've tried it on a number of different situations, different size screws, and really haven't seen too much noticeable difference there. Every once in a while it seems like it might slow down a little bit, but haven't really found it to be super useful. Although I don't do a ton of sheet metal work. It would also seem to me that if you're concerned about stripping screws, you're going to be more concerned on the kind of smaller screw sizes rather than a big number 12 screw, you should have a lot easier time not stripping that out than on one of these kind of smaller number 8 screws. I quite like these small 12 volt impact drivers. I find them to be super handy. Most of the time I'm not driving long lag screws or anything that I really need the torque or the speed of an 18 volt tool, and I appreciate the smaller size of it. Now I do wish that it was smaller still. Like I showed compared to that DeWalt Atomic one, it's not really that much more compact. It is quite a bit lighter though, particularly because usually I have a bigger battery on the 18 volt tools. But it's not really all that more compact. On the tool here, this brushless motor is super tiny. It's only about this wide. The whole rest of the front of the tool is all the impact section. So it would be nice if they could try and work and compact that impact section to get this to be even smaller. That would make it even more useful. Everything else about it I quite like. It is quite quiet, so it is, you're not going to bother anybody. You're not going to hurt your hearing using this, even in like a confined space. It's not going to rattle around like a regular impact driver would, so that is quite nice about this. There is one downside to that, and it's kind of a first world problem kind of thing. Because it's quiet, it's a little harder to tell how much torque it's putting out. That can make it harder to drive screws without stripping them, and it just makes it a little harder to get the fine control that you might want. Now, that's a general trade-off that you're going to make for having it be quieter. When it's louder, obviously there's a whole bunch of problems with that as well. So on balance, I would certainly take this, but it's not without its downside. Now the build quality on this I found to be quite good. This one is made in Vietnam. A lot of Milwaukee tools are starting to be made there now, and I have found on some of their other tools that the made in Vietnam ones are actually significantly worse quality than the made in China ones. This one seems to be just fine though. Now these come as different kits, and so the prices can kind of vary all over the place. They do go on sale fairly frequently, particularly if you want to get like a combo or get some extra batteries or something. You can usually get really good deals on these, particularly around the holidays. So if you have some other M12 batteries or you need some M12 batteries, certainly take a look at this. You might find that it's a really nice replacement for your current impact driver. So all I've got for you today. If you've had one of these, particularly if you've had any issues with it, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, thanks for watching.